Learn English from quotes. Kevin Kelly. 2020082121. A brain is a society of very small, simple modules that cannot be said to be thinking, that are not smart in themselves. But when you have a network of them together, out of that arises a kind of smartness. A complaint is a unique opportunity to strengthen the relationship with the client. A single thread of self-generation ties the cosmos, the bios, and the technos together into one creation. Humans are not the culmination of this trajectory but an intermediary, smack in the middle between the born and the made. The arc of complexity and open-ended creation in the last 4 billion years is nothing compared to what lies ahead. 40. All these computers, all these handhelds, all these cell phones, all these laptops, all these servers, what we're getting out of all these connections is we're getting one machine. We're constructing a single, global machine. An organization is a set of relationships that are persistent over time. An organization's intelligence is distributed to the point of being ubiquitous. An organization's reason for being, like that of any organism, is to help the parts that are in relationship to each other, to be able to deal with change in the environment. And they discovered something very interesting: when it comes to walking, most of the ant's thinking and decision-making is not in its brain at all. It's distributed. It's in its legs. Any believable prediction will be wrong. Any correct prediction will be unbelievable. Attention deficit is no longer the supposed domain of Generation Ys who were brought up on a diet of social media and new technology. A recent study revealed 65% of 55 to 64-year-olds surf, text, and watch television simultaneously. Why? 556465. But in a turbulent environment the change is so widespread that it just roots around any kind of central authority. So it is best to manage the bottom-up change rather than try to institute it from the top down. But in fact, when you try to model that on a computer you find that because of the very structure of matter and of the chemical bonds that are the basis of every organism, evolution is not random at all. It will tend to follow certain paths. But when you are embodied in a location, in a physical plant, in a set of people, and in a common history, that constrains your evolution and your ability to evolve in certain directions. Changing things from the top down works when things are stable. Clearly, we are self-made. We are the first technology. We are part inventor and part the invented. Each organism's environment, for the most part, consists of other organisms. Each system is trying to anticipate change in the environment. Everything that we are making more and more complex. Evolution doesn't care about what makes sense, it cares about what works. Find the minimum amount of technology that will maximize your options. How do entrepreneurs survive their early failures? They don't view their failures as failures, they view these experiences as feedback, and a prelude to future success. Humans are the reproductive organs of technology. Humans are the reproductive organs of technology. We multiply manufactured artifacts and spread ideas and memes. I work in a you scratch my back, and I'll stab yours kind of a place. In 2007, Stanford Business School Advisory Committee asserted that self-awareness was the most important attribute a leader should develop. The challenge for the modern entrepreneur is to take that path. 2007. In a broad systems sense, an organism's environment is indistinguishable from the organism itself. In the context of your dreams, knowledge will always gives you enough reasons not to act. Act regardless and execute exceptionally. It has become evident that the primary lesson of the study of evolution is that all evolution is coevolution. Every organism is evolving in tandem with the organisms around it. It is easy to make a dollar, but it is hard to make a difference. It's generally much easier to kill an organization than to change it substantially. It's more along the lines of raising a child. We train the system to a certain range of behaviors that we find most useful. But then we let it go, because we don't want to have to be babysitting it the whole time. Life is the ultimate technology. Machine technology is a temporary surrogate for life technology. As we improve our machines, they will become more organic, more biological, more like life, because life is the best technology for living. Managers tend to treat organizations as if they are infinitely plastic. They hire and fire, merge, downsize, terminate programs, add capacities. But there are limits to the shifts that organizations can absorb. Managing bottom-up change is its own art. Much of outcomes research is a systematic attempt to exploit what is known and make it better. My major goal in business was to learn. I had legislated in my mind for failure. The worst possible scenario was I would learn a lot regardless of the outcome. This goal was the foundation for success of the business. Peldy, Balsamic. Nobody is as smart as everybody. One of the functions of an organization, of any organism, is to anticipate the future, so that those relationships can persist over time. Organisms by their design are not made to adapt too far. Organizations get invested into a particular product. And sometimes the best thing is to stop making that product, even though it's profitable, because it has optimized at a local peak. New word. Feedback.